India's civic sense problem isn't ignorance, it's selective empathy. इंडिया में कभी भी civic sense नहीं आ सकता.
Have you ever noticed it? This weird contrast in how we treat the world around us. It's something we've all seen. Maybe we've even done it. But we rarely stop and ask, why? Think about your own home. Inside, there's this world of order. We keep it clean, we take care of it. It's our space. It reflects who we are. And then we step outside, and that feeling of ownership, it's like it just evaporates. The rules we live by inside, suddenly they don't seem to apply anymore. So it's like we're living in two totally different worlds, isn't it? And this has nothing to do with being ignorant or unaware. It's just a pattern, a split in our behavior that, once you see it, is impossible to ignore. Let's just be real for a second. At home, we can be so careful, right? Clean floors, everything in its place. But in public spaces, maybe we drop a wrapper, maybe we just don't apply that same level of care. And it's fascinating because we're the same person, but the behavior is completely different. And that's really the core of it. The issue isn't ignorance. It's something called selective empathy. So what's happening inside our heads? What are these hidden rules that kind of switch our empathy on and off? Well, there's this idea called psychological ownership. It's pretty simple, really. It's just that feeling that something is mine, like your phone or your car. When we feel that, we protect it. It's automatic. And when we don't feel it, we tend to neglect it. And this is so key. Civic sense, it seems to follow that feeling of ownership, not intelligence. And then there's another thing at play, the bystander effect. You've probably felt this. When a lot of people are around and something needs doing, nobody moves. Because when responsibility is shared by everyone, it kind of feels like it belongs to no one. And the thought process is so familiar, isn't it? Someone else will clean it. Or the government will handle it. We just assume there's a system or a person whose job it is. And just like that, our own sense of responsibility, it just fades away. So you see, empathy isn't actually missing. It's just contextual. So what if we could change that context? What if we started to think about public spaces as a kind of shared home? In places like Japan, kids clean their own classrooms. And it's not about punishment. It teaches them from day one a sense of shared ownership. Public space isn't some anonymous void. It's treated like a shared home. Empathy becomes built in, not something you have to think about. And that leads to a pretty tough thought. Patriotism without responsibility, it's really just noise, isn't it? So where does real change start? It begins with a really small but incredibly powerful shift in how we see things. It's not about more laws or bigger fines. It starts the moment a public space stops feeling anonymous. It's the day that the thought, someone else will clean, becomes, this is also mine. So the question to leave with is this. What would actually change if public spaces felt personal?